part and continuation of getting to know our plants. So we learnt about the leaf and what are herbs, shrubs and trees, creepers and climbers. We also learned about the stem. And now let's learn about the transpiration process as we do. Now what is the transpiration process? The water which is there. This water, the leaf which is there, it releases some water in the form of vapor. So the water released by leaf in the form of vapor is called as transpiration process. Okay, so how the transpiration process. So you can see some water droplets which are lying on the polythene bag. And now let's go for the next one, which is the photosynthesis process. We know I think we learned about the synthesis process. If not, we have the photosynthesis process in the next class 7th NCERT science, which nutrition plants. Now coming to the photosynthesis, you have the combination of CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide. So the photosynthesis process we have is carbon dioxide plus sunlight. Okay, what happens here is this leaf which is there, this leaf captures the carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. And now this leaf which is there, it tries to capture the carbon dioxide and sunlight and the minerals which comes from the soil, and this leaf which is there, it tries somehow or the other to make a food in it. So remember, leaf is the food factory of the plants. And now let's learn about the root. So here we have an activity here. So this is I took two pots. I named the two pots as pot A and pot B. So in the pot A, what I did is I put some mud or some soil, and in the pot B I also added some soil. But here in this pot I put a plant which have roots in it. So this plant has roots in it. So here you can see the roots of the plants, right? So in pot A I planted a plant with roots. In pot B I planted a plant without having roots, but I just put the stem, that's all. But this plant did not have any root in it. So I kept aside for a few hours. At last I observed that the plant with roots is, it's sustained and it is really hygienic and it's good actually. But the pot B, the plant without root, it totally died. Okay, so the plant without roots got spoiled and it destroyed. Why? Because the roots which are there, so these roots, they catch the soil firmly to stand steadily. So the roots which are there, they try to catch the soil, and the roots get firmly fixed to the soil. Okay, and now in this roots we have two types of system. We have fibrous root system and the taproot system. So what is taproot system is, here I have a root. Let's say I have some flower, I have some roots with me. Yeah, it's good actually. So you can see a plant right at here. So but you can see the roots here. Also this root which is there here, this is the taproot system. So what is this root? This is the taproot system. So in the taproot system you have like this. You have only the root and you have some small roots. So this So this root is the main root. Okay, can you see here? Yeah. So this one is the main root, and here you can see some small roots. So these are the small roots. So this is the main root, and you can see the smaller roots here. So these smaller roots are the lateral roots. What are the smaller roots? Lateral roots. Okay, you have the main root and lateral roots. So this root is called as taproot. Okay, you have the taproot, and you have the second root, which is the fibrous root system. So I have a grass here. Let me cut this grass like this. Yeah. So here what I did is I have a grass, and this root of the grass you can see here. Yeah. So this root, it starts, so the roots of the grass starts at only one point. So you have a point like this. So from here you have all the roots which forms like this. Okay, only from one point you have all the roots which comes out. So this type of system is called as fibrous root system. So this is called as fibrous root system, and this one is taproot system. So you have here, this is the, you can see, so this is one point, you can see like this, right? So this is the one point. So from this point you have all the roots which came like this. So this type of system is called as fibrous root system, and you have here which is the taproot system. And now let's learn about the flowers. So here let us learn about the flowers. In the flowers you can see I have a hibiscus. So let me take one hibiscus flower like this. Yeah. So this is the flower. So this is the hibiscus flower where I bought. Okay. So the flower, you can see these ones. So these are the petals of this hibiscus one. Okay, so here you have the flower. So these are the petals, and you can see the green colored one, right? You can see the green colored leaves here. So this green colored part is called as sepals. So you have petals and sepals. So this is the sepal. You can see. Okay. We have the flower like this. Let us try out somewhere like this. Let me draw a rose plant. Rose flower. So you have like this and this and this. Okay. So this is the flower, and at this region you have the green in color. You can find some the leaves which get attached to the plants. You can see right it here, right? So this green color part, where you can see here, is called as sepals. Okay, we can call it sepals. And this one where you can see here, so these are called as the petals. We can write it here, petals. Okay, petals. And now about petals and sepals. Now let us dissect this flower. Let us cut this flower using the blade. So what I does is I made a cut here. Yeah. So here I made the flower into two halves, and when you can see at this place, so this one, yeah, this part where you can see is the ovary one. So this part is ovary. Let me draw here for you something. You have the petals like this. Right? And now you can find like this on the flower. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see this diagram on the board. So what happened here is, so these red colored one are called as petals, and you have the sepal here, right? And these are petals, sepal. And now here at this region where you can see is the ovary. Let us study this ovary after some time, but let us concentrate on this one. So you have, so from here to here, this part where you can see the straight line is called as stamen. Okay, so you have the part like this. Let me draw with this. So here to this part. So this is called as stamen. Okay, this is called as stamen. And now the parts of the stamen are, you have anther. So this region, or is this part, this blue colored one is called as anther, and here you have filament. Okay, this part is called as filament. Okay, this is the filament and this is the anther of the plant. And now when we study in this one, you can see, where's the anther? You can see the small lines where you can find here, right? The small white colored lines you can see. Can you see here? The small, very small white colored lines, right? So the small white colored lines are called as filaments. And here you can see the yellow colored, something orange colored one, small powder you can see here, right, at this region. So these are called as anther. So here you have the stigma right here. So all these parts are called are the parts of the flower. And now we learned about the anther. So this is the anther, this is the filament, and you have the petals. And now let's learn about the ovary one. So let us again draw a diagram. We have somehow like this. Let me here. Yeah, and you have like this. Yeah, so this is our ovary. This is our ovary where we can see. And now you have the style. So this part, this upper part is called as stigma, and this region this is called as style, and this part is called as ovary, and inside the ovary you can find ovules. So let us draw some like this, So here this is the part of the ovary, and inside the ovary you can find the lines like this. Something like this. So these parts, the very small tiny particles are called as ovules. Ovules. So inside the ovary you can find ovules. Understood? So you have the stigma rated here. So here you can see the yellow colored one, and here this is called as stigma, and you can see the style at this region. So this is the style. You can see the stigma here, and this part is called as ovary. Inside the ovary we can find ovules. Understood? And now we came at end to our lesson. So we did our flower section. So you try and observe all the parts which are presented in the flower. Till then, take care. Bye bye. I will be back again with a new lesson as fast as I can. Take care. Bye bye.